before getting a keyboard, I actually had a checklist that that keyboard had to meet before I bought it or got my hands on it. So here goes my checklist. So first of all, the keyboard had to have a customizable screen or a customizable TFT screen. Second, I needed a knob for volume controls and things like that. Three, it had to be a tri-mode keyboard. I mean, I don't want a wired keyboard. I want wireless keyboards. Four, color. Black is one of my favorite colors. So the color option black should be in the keyboard as well. Five is how the keyboard feels on my fingers. Feel is very important to me as well. And six is actually the price. So obviously, I'm a broke guy. I don't have enough money. So budget is something I was really looking at for. Something below $100 was something like that. So as you can see, RGB and sound wasn't really part of my checklist. And yeah, RGB is cool, but it's not necessary for me. And the sound too wasn't really a big factor for me as well. So all these things were important, but sound and RGB were on the latter side of things for me. And out of this checklist, the Ajazz AK820 Pro keyboard came out on top. I mean, this checked everything on my checklist, and that's why I got my hands on this keyboard right here. And let's start off with a sound test. So from the sound test, this keyboard here actually comes with the flying fish switches. As you can see, it has a less pronounced sound profile, but Ajazz also has the gift switches, which has a more talky and a more pronounced sound profile when typing. And I know some people might prefer that. As I said earlier, sound wasn't really on my checklist, and that wasn't really a factor for me when buying a keyboard. Personally, I know there are people who are so obsessed with the sound that comes from their keyboard. I'm not one of those people. So the flying fish switches actually has a broader crown and a larger surface area, which translates to less force being applied when typing. So the flying fish switches are lighter on the fingers, but then that also affects their sound profile. Okay, so the flying fish switches are less stockier and give off a less pronounced sound as compared to the gift switches. But on the other side too, they are very good since they are lighter. They are easy on the fingers, and this means for longer typing sessions or for gamers like me. I'm not yet a gamer, I'm still working on my PC build. So for long gaming sessions, the flying fish switches are actually the best since they are lighter. They are easy on your fingers and you don't really get that sore or pain in your fingers when gaming for long sessions. So that's why I went for the flying fish switches. The sound profile wasn't really for me, but if you want a more talky sound, you should go with the Ajazz gift switches. Okay, so as I said, let's talk about the color profile with the Ajazz AK820 Pro. So as you can see, I have the black keyboard here. I went for the black option. It has a little bit of gray and the yellow. I just love this color. Ajazz also has the purple color there, which gives off a more feminine vibe. It's more low tone, for the girls. And the black is for we the boys. So that's why I went for the black. So as you already know, color was a very huge thing on my checklist, and this color suits me perfectly. We also have a volume knob here. So the volume knob was something that was also on my checklist, and the one on the AK20 Pro is a very solid and a more steady volume knob in my opinion. I also spoke of the TFT screen, and yes, we have that here. And with the app from Ajazz, which is the AK820 Pro app, you can actually customize the screen on this keyboard here. You can put a GIF there, you can put a picture there. I mean, you can go crazy and do whatever you want. But in my case, I actually changed it and used my intro video on the keyboard. And come on, tell me, does this not look amazing? This is my intro video, and it's very, very nice. I just double check from my checklist, and I just love it. I'll talk more about the app I use to customize this keyboard here, which is the AK820 Pro app, later in the video. So stick around and we'll talk more about that. If you made it this far in the video, why don't you consider subscribing, like, and leave a comment. Let's get interactive down in the comment section. Let's continue. Let's talk about the build of the Ajazz AK820 Pro keyboard. So this keyboard here is actually full on plastic from head to toe. Everything about the keyboard is plastic, and you should expect that from a budget keyboard coming in at $60. So this keyboard might be plastic, but it's very, very steady and very, very solid. It doesn't creak, it doesn't bend, just straight on solid in my opinion. And I really don't know why Ajazz actually put the Type C port at a very awkward position on the keyboard. I mean, it could have been on the far left or the far right, or even at the center, but Ajazz decided to put it on a very awkward position, and it's not really an issue, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, still on the build, when we look at the underside of the keyboard, we actually have our rubber feet, obviously. We have our toggle switches also under the keyboard, a very, very awkward position to put the toggle switches. I mean, I've seen other keyboards with their toggle switches on the flat side of the keyboard rather than on the underside of the keyboard. I mean, how many times you use the toggle switches? Since I actually toggled mine, I haven't used it since, but I mean, it would have been a good thing to have it on the flat side of the keyboard rather than having it on the underside of the keyboard. But just wanted to let you guys know. Also, I think there's this cool thing about the adjustable stand here. We actually have two adjustable stands on this keyboard right here. So we have a shorter stand and we also have a longer stand which you can adjust to your preference. The short one really does it for me personally. I don't have any use case for the longer stands, by the way, but the short one does it for me and it does it perfect. Solid 9 out of 10 in my opinion. It might be plastic, yes, it's a budget keyboard, but when it comes to build, very solid. Extra. So this is where I keep my juicy stuff and the little things and secrets about the keyboard. So first thing about the extras, we actually have a 4000 milliamp hour battery on the Ajazz keyboard here. And when it comes to battery life, solid, no issues at all. We have Bluetooth version 5.1, and also this is actually a tri-mode keyboard. This was on my checklist, and yes, I don't want to use a wired keyboard. I need Bluetooth and I need my 2.4 gigahertz as well. So this is a wireless keyboard, no wires, but it comes with a cable for charging and you can use the USB cable if you wish. So it actually supports Windows and Mac. I mean, this is nothing new. It's a keyboard. It should be able to do that. And that's it for extras. And let's move on to the con. So con number one, let's talk about the RGB. So the RGB has no issues with me personally, but the brightness of the RGB is actually on max by default. So you can't go any higher than what you get straight out of the box with the Ajazz AK820 keyboard. So when it comes to brightness of the RGB, it's not that bright, and that was a slight con for me personally. And let's talk about the app. Yes, so I don't know why Ajazz actually has specific apps for specific keyboards. So they don't have a uniform app where you can download a simple app from Ajazz official website and use for all their keyboards. Every single keyboard from Ajazz actually has its own specific software that you have to download before you can use or customize the keyboard. And that was a bit strange to me personally because I had to search for the software for this particular keyboard before I could customize the TFT screen on it. And it wasn't straightforward. I had to go through the websites and search and a whole lot of things. And not only that, just wanted to let you guys know, customizing this TFT screen is not as straightforward as you might think, where you just open the app and you just upload the video and you are good to go. Nope, you have to go through some learning curves and go through corners and a whole lot of things before you're able to customize this TFT screen, especially if you are planning on using a GIF to do it. So these are a few cons I got from this keyboard here. Oh, I almost forgot the toggle switches being on the underside of the keyboard. Not a big issue for me personally because since I made changes to the toggle switches out of the box, I haven't actually touched it since. But it would have been nice if we had it on the flat side of the keyboard as usual. So these are all the cons I had personally with the keyboard here, and it didn't really bother me that much. It's still a good keyboard in my opinion. So let's talk about the conclusion. Yeah. So this right here is a $60 keyboard. And for me personally, it does everything and does it very, very great. It's cheap, very affordable, solid build quality. I like how it feels on my fingers. The flying fish switches are actually lighter and more softer on my fingers. Okay. And I have no issues with that. I have a very customizable TFT screen here. I love it. I have a very steady volume knob here, and everything about these keyboard rings gets me, buy me, and that's why I bought it. So during my search for a keyboard, I almost forgot to talk about this. I also came across the Ola F75 keyboard, and I know the Ola F75 has a much better sound profile or a sound as compared to what we have on the Ajazz here. But the Ola F75 lacks a TFT screen, and sound wasn't really one of the solid points for me personally. So I came across the Ola F75. Some reviewers have actually termed it as the best keyboard, best budget keyboard. But the Ola F75 lacks a TFT screen. It's more expensive. It's coming in at $75, and I don't really have that much money to spend. So these were the little things I had to consider, and I came across the All F75, but I didn't get that because it lacks a TFT screen. It might have a better sound profile. Sound wasn't really a thing for me, and yeah, so that's why I also went with the Ajazz. I mean, it checked everything on my list, and I didn't just want to get my hands on the keyboard without a screen, so I had to dump the All F75 as well. So that's all, and I'll see you guys in another video.